Hello again, everyone. This is Roktan with another rant today. And today I'd like to redo a rant that I did before. A few rants ago I said this was my first ever rant. I don't know why I said that when it wasn't. What I should have said is this is my first ever rant in front of a live camera. Well, that's not true either. Never mind. First ever rant with this camera, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. Looking back on it. But moving on. I wanted to redo an old rant I did, which was about raining on professional sports. Mainly because I didn't do the best job of communicating what I was really getting at. And what I was trying to get at was there's a huge disparity between certain teams that have a lot of money or are able to hire really good players for their teams, and then the other teams that don't get that. And a friend of mine recently told me that a problem I think is that you're rewarded basically for winning. You get more money to spend. Even the NFL kind of falls out a little bit, even they have the salary cap. You earn more money for winning, you do. If you've played a simulation sports game, you know this is true. I mean, a simulation football game. So, yeah, I would honestly like to see that reversed and see what would happen if the teams that on the bottom run get more money to hire their guys or pay them more or whatever, so they can finally grow into a better team. Now, that's not to say that the team on the lowest rung can't do it even in the system we have. I think it's just tougher. It does feel like certain teams are destined to forever be at the bottom rung and never get anywhere, or maybe get that one Super Bowl victory and then they fade into obscurity, or that one World Series championship victory. Hey, streak. So it's really disheartening because I'm a hometown guy. I tend to care only about my hometown teams, and I sometimes wonder if the Minnesota Vikings are ever going to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime, because they've been to 4 Super Bowls, but that was back before the salary cap. Didn't win once. And Minnesota Twins, they've won 2 World Series, and then they won several ALs, the American League Central, for several years running, and pretty much before moving into Target Field, they have already kind of fallen into a pretty low-rung team, which not much, with a few really special talented players, but they just don't have that spark as a team, it seems, to go the extra mile, and I don't think they've been in a playoff for several years now. I just hate the disparity, and I want to see more teams that have never been to the playoffs, to the championship. At least get there, if not win it. It would be really nice if they can win it, but I can't be the only one that's sick of seeing the same teams in the playoffs and winning titles year after year after year. It gets old. It's why do people enjoy that? It's just like, oh, here we go again. They win. Whoop-de-doo. That's just my experience. So, yeah, that was what it was really trying to get at, was the disparity of, teams like the Lakers, or for like basketball, like the Lakers and the Celtics. Now we have like the Heat. And then we have, for baseball, the Yankees and the Red Sox. And then for NFL, right now, I would say, honestly, the NFL is a little bit better on that. I mean, the Patriots have won several titles in a row, but at least they were a team that, like, just made stars out of no names. So I'm going to cut them slack. But for a lot of the other sports, hockey, I remember it seemed like the New Jersey Devils or like teams like that, or the Colorado Avalanche. But I would say that is a little bit better too. But it still seemed like if you had the money to get this really, really good team, you were going to win. The NFL is one of the only places where having money, it doesn't guarantee you win. And it also seems to be a thing of, in terms of legacy. If your team has a great legacy behind it, you're expected to be that good, and it almost seems that they always are. And the teams that don't have it always stay at the bottom, and the bigger problem that is if you don't have a history of great players and championships, your team isn't mentioned in sports media barely at all. You get barely a mention. And all like teams like the Red Sox and the Yankees and such, they'll just talk their head. The speech media will talk their heads off about what they're doing. And like the frickin' Cowboys, they've had this history of great championships, but for several years running have not translated that in like playoff or Super Bowl wins. Yet the media has this fixation on them, like they expect them to it's like they are expected to eventually to come around and start winning again. And you know what? Stop obsessing over these guys. I honestly wish they would. It would be nice for them to have to go through what like other teams that have been losers for years have to go through. Let them fade into obscurity for a while, and never mentioned for a while, and see how. And then they'll be like, "Why are you talking about us?" It would be nice to actually see that kind of thing happen. I guess to me is for a team to be like, "What about us? Why don't you talk about us?" I think that pretty much covers it, and I don't think I really need to go into that much detail like I did before with the rant, but that was really what I was trying to hit home of, is tired of seeing the same teams at the top all the time, and it's mainly due to the disparity in what the teams earn and are able to get as far as players. And I wish it would change, but it's a pipe dream. But this has been Roktan signing off. Slick out.